Well, Maria Julia, it's really nice to see you again, and I trust you're keeping safe and healthy in these COVID times.
Thank you, Rodney. Thank you. We are.
So, you have recently joined KPMG in Peru. Now, we were just talking about the changing role of tax in today's society and business. Tell me a bit more about your perspectives on that.
Yes, of course. I think we are actually experimenting and changing everything. Just the human beings, just a part of society. We are being seen working in companies or working in taxation in this special field, that we have to be careful, not only thinking about the technical of our involvement in the companies or in the transactions, but also how actually the consequences of our involvement are related to our society. I think when you talk about taxation, as well as when you talk about any other issue related to business, we have to be aware that the citizens, not only the authorities, are paying attention of what you are doing. If what you are doing is good to society, good to the government, good to the public perception as well. And it's important that you be careful with your reputation and working through your purpose. And it could be weird for a guy or lady like myself, lawyer in taxation, talking about purpose and talking about this awareness of society. But I think after, especially now in these times of COVID, we have to be different. We have to act different, and we have to be perceived as different. So in our willingness to be the choice of our clients in terms of tax, we have to be also the choice of the public, that to see our thinking and our transactions constructed in the better way, I could say. So I think that's what's going on right now in our society.
They're really interesting, Maria Julia. It's really a recognition, perhaps, of the fact that as we've gone through COVID times, society has needed to come together and act more collaboratively than perhaps it has in the past. And it's almost a concept of doing the greater good and everyone playing their role, I guess, is what you're saying.
Absolutely. Yes, I think we are perceived different and we have to act different, I would say. And like other crises, all the crises are actually moving forward society and humankind faster. And this need for solidarity and acting together, it's even more necessary now, because probably for the first time, if we are not all vaccinated, if we are not all in the same page in terms of healthcare, we will all be in the same problem for many years to come. So I think that's important. And it's also, if you put this issue into taxation again, it's the same perception for the authorities and the international regulators and the best practices around the world, the same vision. You cannot be aggressive, for example, in your planning taxation, because you will be facing these new tendencies related to debt, for example, scrutiny within your companies and your clients. So you have to be careful, because it's already here and it's going to be here forever, I would say. The idea of acting with purpose and not damaging others while you're doing business. So business would be perceived, finally, I think, as a space for increased human care. At the end of the time, increased happiness, it's also there.
So really interesting. And as you talk to clients and future clients in Peru, are you finding this perspective to be more and more widely adopted, or what's the tone in country?
I think it's now a tendency. It's present probably in the biggest corporations, especially those that are connected around the world, because this pressure from the public related to what you are doing is present here. So we are here now hearing our purpose is our business, and our purpose is doing good, basically. So when we talk about this in terms of advisory and tax, the companies where taxation, especially in Peru, is a heavy presence in your chain, in your value chain. So when you are, for example, facing a transaction, a complex one, you have to put in the table these issues related to how it's going to be perceived your conduct within the country for the authorities and for the other taxpayers, in order for you to be perceived as a fair player, as a good tax payer. So I see in this big corporation, this is an issue that is present now. We are discussing about this. And it's also an issue that's beginning to be part of the public scrutiny because of this shortage of income that the government will face after COVID. So Peru is one of the economies more affected for the COVID, but it's as well the healthy in terms of macroeconomy, the healthy economy. But we have a gap that the new government will have to cover. So my view is that we are going to face a very important tax, new regulations and a reform that for sure will include these issues that I'm telling you. Yeah, we're discussing health tax, wealth taxation. We are discussing inequalities. We're discussing how the incomes are taken out of the country. We are facing problems related to mining companies, oil and gas. So there's something going on right now related to tax reform that are connected to these inequality issues that we have to face in order to be better in the future for this kind of problems that we're facing right now, like COVID.
Well, just fascinating, Maria Julia, because you really, so first of all, welcome to the team.
Thank you.
But it is a very interesting point, just thinking back about purpose. And also, you know, if you were to advise people well, you need to give them that broader perspective in which they can make the right decisions. So just a fascinating discussion, Maria Julia. And well, look, it's a pleasure catching up with you again. And thank you for your time today.
You're welcome. Me too. Thank you.